How much of my income should I invest in stocks? The bigger question is how much should be investing in general. The pattern of millionaires is make money and invest money. Make money, invest money, pay the least amount of taxes legally. Most of you make, spend, and oh, I have a little crumb left at the end of the month. I'm going to think about investing. And then you go to some ridiculous place like Robinhood or some of those online banking ledgers who aren't even real banks. So I'm going to give you some software that we use that actually outperforms the S&P, doesn't put you at a risk without, shorts and the knowledge of the stock market. And this software is beating every other platform and every NASDAQ award and anything that Wall Street is doing, or we're winning. And it's called iFlip. So I'll get to that in a moment. But let's talk about how much money should you be investing in stocks based on your income. So number one, how do you even get started with stocks and what's that amount? Number two, how do you automate using really great AI tools? And I'll talk more about iFlip at that point. And then last, the misconceptions, the sexy part of stock investing that drives me crazy because a lot of you get hurt really bad by falling into these traps. So let's go back to the beginning. How do you get started in stock investing with the minimal amount? Well, I'm going to put it right to the description right now. You're going to go get an iFlip account. It's free. You can start as low as $50. So open an account, put in $50. Every month, start adding 50. If you can add 100, if you can add 1,000, if you can add 5,000 or 10,000. I have clients literally adding 50 to 100,000 a month because they're making that much money. So in general, you say, well, how much do I put in stocks, iFlip? And the reason why iFlip is so powerful, I'll talk more in point two about it. It's AI driven, but it pulls you out of the market. So there's a protection mechanism. So that really goes to the larger conversation, which is what are your money rules? Like of all the money that you make in your income, what percent is to total investments? So let's just say you are going to invest 20% of everything you make every month into new investments. So if you made 10,000, you're going to put 2,000 to work every month. So in the beginning, you'd be doing 2, becomes 4, becomes 6. When you get to about 25,000 is when you can start saying, okay, now I want to add some real estate or other alternative assets, maybe buy a franchise, maybe look at a laundromat. So in general, you want to start stockpiling into iFlip until you get to that 25, because some of the minimums are as big as 50,000 to invest in real projects. So you're needing around that amount. So maybe your first year you put in 2,000. After year one, you can start looking at another asset class. So those are some of the money rules and what we teach around here. We teach 3 levels of money rules. Your home economy, like what are your rules within your home, how you use your money within your home and your kids. Then how to use your business rules. What are your business money rules, right? Do you use credit cards, not use credit cards? Do you pay them all off? Like a lot of those. What levels of cash flow do you invest? How do you do it? Don't take distributions because it's taxable, like a lot of money rules. Then the third are investing money rules. So those are a bigger conversation. They happen at our big table. If you're interested in learning about how you can become a lifetime client, go to our link below, grab my book, read the first 3 chapters of The Millionaire Maker, get a gap analysis, call our office, talk one-on-one to one of our team, and to see if you're ready. But I think minimal investing, I think for kids, you should be getting your kids to do at least $5, $10, $20 a week and never pay your kids an allowance. So the link for the Make Your Kids Millionaires book is in the description below. Read through it, make some rules with your kids at different ages. It also talks a lot about, and I actually have my whole formula in here about never pay your kids an allowance. And the kids' money, I think sub 18-year-old kids, 50% should go into an iFlip account or a Roth account. Those are my money rules for my kids. I don't know what yours are, but you need some money rules for you and your family. Start having a weekly dinner table family night. Let's talk about money. Anywhere from 5 years old and up can be here on this channel. So while I'm here, I'm going to ask you to subscribe, including your kids and their emails. Click the notification button so they'll have it for the rest of their life and watch the videos. Grab the journals. There's a journal that I have for our YouTube where it says, what's the date you watch? What's the video watch? What'd you learn and what are you going to do? And you talk about that with your family. That is rich. That is the richest conversation. Then you can start talking about iFlip and what are their smart folios? So let's talk about the automation of AI. So the way this is built is there's softwares. That way you're not guessing. So there might be 12, 13 stocks, like oil stocks. It's called red, right? There's a red oil. There's a crypto one. There is a high-tech one. There's what's called smart folios. So you take your money, you allocate, and you decide which folios you want your money to be put into. You can change it on a regular basis, but it outperforms in general the S&P 500 every year. So you're making 15, 18. I've made as much as 22% in different points and times. If you want to secure a lot of more cash flow into the portfolio, you can do dividend stocks. So there's some education around it, but the most important part is it's driven and designed by a gentleman who oversaw $600 billion by the Deutsche Bank. Knows just a little bit about the softwares and what, drives a Schwab or a Fidelity. And the answer that we really had when we designed iFlip was, what's going on Wall Street become Main Street? Why can't those softwares be available to the average person? And so that's what iFlip has become, and it's phenomenal because it pulls you out of the market so you don't get the big dips. Like in 2020, most of you lost 30%. Your financial planner said, it's okay. Or you got killed because you had a bad stock trade and you didn't get out fast enough because you were sleeping. Because if you're going to be good in stock investing, you need to get up with the market, go to bed with the market, and you need to live it like it's your life. You got to be diligent about watching the trends in the market. We are in the most volatile moment of our life. The election is around the corner. We're filming the beginning of November 2024, and the market's going to rock and roll. It's going to go one way if one person gets in. It's going to go another way quickly if somebody else gets in. So it's going to be an interesting time. I have a lot of money in the smart folios. I'm not worried about it because the day things are announced, I'll either be out in cash or I'll be moved back in on really the buy low, sell high models. So check it out if it's important to you. But back to the question, what's the percent? That's a money rule. It's up to you. But you need to be getting in the pattern of make, invest, make, invest. The misconceptions about the stock market is that you just park and pray, that you're going to park your money, pray to God that some financial planner who's gone to school for less time than it takes for someone to cut hair. It's ridiculous to me. So I don't use the big firms. I don't use Robinhood. I use a software that actually does and protects my downside. So when you lost 30% in 2020, I lost 2.87. I got smarter in 2022 when you guys all lost 25 to 28. I lost none because I got pulled out faster. So then I'm already ahead of the curve. I don't have to do the makeup you do. So don't allow people to lie to you about this. This is so serious for you to make and invest your money and do it right. If you have any questions about how we can help you, go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. We'll be back tomorrow.